What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Tocalado here. We're gonna be reviewing all the sniper rifle for the scout class in Battlefield 1 open beta. As you guys can see, we're gonna start with the Russian 1995, not 1895. I forget the name really easily because I don't use this weapon a lot. Because as you go progress through the beta and get some levels, you will be unlocking a lot of other weapons. So I'm gonna show you guys this Russian 1985, which has a a bipod and a marksman scope. These marksman scopes are entitled to the variant of the weapon. This is a Russian 1895 marksman, which means it'll have a bipod and a marksman scope. This will allow you to kill enemies at long ranges with without having problems. It's an old weapon for the game, even for 1914, which is the timeline on Battlefield 1 beta, which is World War One. And this is a cowboy rifle, the last lever action rifle being used. Now moving on to the next, the variant of that weapon, which is rifleman, and as the name says, rifleman means that it doesn't have any kind of sight. It's only the rifle and the bayonet that it has attached to the front. I don't know what about customization or anything, so I don't know what kind of customization will you have in the full game, but in the beta the games are split with variants which allow you to choose between marksman, sharpshooter and rifleman and carbine, which is a different too from rifleman because it has a sight on it. The only carbine that it is on SMLE, but we're now talking on the 1895 sniper rifle. Good to close ranges, too close to medium ranges. God damn it! And it's good at this distance because if you are good using it iron sights. For me, it's not that big of a deal because I don't use that kind of weapons. I don't use iron sights that much. I like to go rush, but with the sharpshooter sight. But it's up to you if you are one of those guys that can make long shots with iron sights back in the old days, like a sniper called White Death. If you didn't know, White Death was a Finnish sniper that took out more than 700 men in the Cold War, I think. I don't know, the Winter War between Finnish and the Soviet Union, I think. I'm not sure of these facts, but he said that using a scope would do a glimpse and reveal his position. Also, it was too big to hide in the snow, so it took out a lot of men. And when he got down, he got shot in the head, but he still did not die. So it's a brilliant story. Go ahead and check that out. I got fascinated when I heard about this guy. This guy's a badass. He took out like 500 guys with this sniper rifle with the Mosin, which I don't know if we have in the game. I think I saw it in the closed alpha, but I'm not sure. But yeah. So moving on to the next one, we're gonna go with the SMLE Mark III, because we're gonna have to skip this Gewehr 98 because it will be unlocked in the end, and in my opinion is the best game in the game. So going right off to the SMLE Mark III sharpshooter, which is the first one that is unlocked in the game. So as the first weapon in the game is a good sharpshooter weapon, with his low range kind of scope being able to be used at close to medium ranges. Also could be in long range situations, could be useful if you are able of seeing enemies at long distance enough. If you can see the enemy with that glimpse shining at you, you got somewhere an idea of his position. You might be able to take him out. Use the spotting goggles gadget that we have in the scout class to be able to spot him better. Is a good weapon. Is the first in the game. Didn't come out bad. Is the gun. The first used that gun. I really enjoyed playing the beta. I really enjoyed the game. But the damage is not that good compared to the Greener 98 that we'll review later on. So moving on to the next one will be the SML carbine. The SML carbine is basically the same as the SML sharpshooter, but instead of having the scope as the scope and the grip, that kind of grip that you see on the sharpshooter variant of the gun, it has a kind of sight, a red dot sight. It's not kind of red dot because it's not technologic as it is now. That red dot was for the modern area, and that was a sight invented in 1914, and that's good to that weapon is good to on close to medium ranges. Also, if you want to do it in long ranges, it will be very hard, but there are some people capable of doing that now. You just gotta aim good, because you have no scope at all. It's just a sight. Doesn't allow you to zoom in, doesn't allow you to see the target better, doesn't allow you to do any kind of stuff. It's hard to play with. In my opinion, I don't play with these at close ranges. I play with scopes at close ranges with sharpshooter going, because I play a lot of Call of Duty and quick scoping is still in my blood, if you want to say that. Okay, moving on to the next one. We'll have here the Greuer 95 M95, which is also is the German weapon we used in the World War I and World War II. I don't think the World War II is the same model like 95, but it's a really known weapon because it was one of the first ones. I'm not sure of this fact, but it was one of the first ones to be able to have a straight pull, which allows you to scope and shoot and cock the weapon while scoping, while not needing to put your head back and cock the weapon and scope right in back again. So obviously, to not be that OP, to be a balanced weapon, they took out his damage. Is not as good in damage, but still a good versatile weapon for close ranges and medium ranges. Easier to kill than Russian rifleman or the carbine because of that same fact that you will put more bullets on the target and you don't have to zoom out to put another bullet. God damn it! To put another bullet in the chamber, being ready to fire again. Also, moving on to the Greuer 98 sharpshooter, same thing as the one, but now as a grip and a sharpshooter scope, which has probably the 4 to 6 zoom. I don't know if the marksman was 8 to 20 to 12, 14 max, 14 times zoom. I don't think it would go much further than that. But we got Greuer sharpshooter here, being able to shoot and cock the weapon while scoping, which will increase its fire rate a lot because you don't need to remove your scope. You will be able to also, this is helpful for those guys that also you wanna be putting on some long range bullets, and you miss the first one, the second one you don't need to zoom out because you know where they are and the bullet fell. Perfect perfection, perfect precision. And as you guys can see, you don't need to cock the bullet out, although the damage is pretty low. It will also take 2 bullets to kill a guy if he's not shot in the head. So in the damage region, it's all about the same, because if you're playing alone, you'll probably need 2 shots to kill a guy, or if you're going for the headshot, you're gonna need 1 shot. That's what you need to do. Moving on to the best weapon in the game, which is I think is the last one to be unlocked, the Greenware 98. It's gonna be the Greenware 98 review. I'm gonna review first the sharpshooter one, because as I said before, I do a lot of quick scoping, but I also like to do some of those long shots. So I'm gonna go using the Greenware 98 sharpshooter. This weapon is better than the others because bullet drop is higher than Russian 1895, which is has a good bullet drop. So Russian 1995 is more bullet drop than this one. So you don't need this to fire that high at long ranges, and it also has a bigger damage in time of range. So basically, at the long ranges, really far long ranges, you don't that much a difference firing a Russian or a Greenware 98, but as you see in the stats, the damage of the Greenware comes down to higher in the same range at medium range, so rather than the Russian one. I'm here sniping these guys, trying to get them all. As you guys may have noticed already, that sniper rifles in Battlefield work with clips, so no problem at all reloading. The SML has 10 bullets, the other ones, I think all of them have 5 bullets, if I'm not mistaken, which is 1 clip. If you waste all the 5 bullets, a new clip comes in and you reload fast. If you just waste 1 bullet or 2 bullets, you'll put 1 bullet at a time until the mag is reloaded. Like, really realistic. That's another thing that I love about this game. That's realistic. I really enjoy. As you guys see, I'm not gonna show the Greenware 98 Marksman, because it's basically the same thing as the Russian, but it has more damage to medium range, so and less bullet drop, so you will be able to kill easily guys that are at 300, 400 meters. You also have to aim higher, but you won't need to aim that high as you'll need to aim with the Russian 1895. That will be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what's your opinion on these sniper rifles. What's your opinion on the next coming rifles for the Battlefield full game, because there is a lot. There's like 6 spaces uncovered on the next web sniper rifles of the Scout class. I don't know how they're going to perform with the attachments of the thing. So yeah, I hope they do a good job, because this variant style is good, but you won't have that much of customization. I don't know if zoom was invented back in the day, but it was a thing that I would like to have, because I add in all battlefields, so it will be a good thing. I really like this variant system. So let me know if your opinion in the comments. And as always, I hope you enjoyed. Peace.
Düşman makinalı tüfeği bulundu.
We have taken objective apples.
Bir gözcü tespit edildi.